Bold and beautiful twist. DNA match but Will's not the dad. Here's how. In the dramatic world of the bold and the beautiful, no storyline ever stays simple for long. Just when fans think they have everything figured out, boom, a new twist throws everyone off balance. The latest rumor sending shockwaves through the fandom is one that could change the entire Forrester-Logan dynamic forever. The DNA test says Will has a biological connection to Bill Spencer, but what if Bill's not actually the dad? Sounds impossible. Not in the B&B universe. Let's dive deep into this wild possibility and explore how this shocking twist could actually make sense, and shake up the story in ways no one saw coming. The DNA match. The calm before the storm. For years, Katie Logan and Bill Spencer's son, Will, has been the symbol of their complicated relationship, an innocent reminder of love, betrayal, and redemption. When Katie and Bill first had Will, there were no real doubts about paternity. But in true soap opera fashion, nothing ever stays certain forever. Suppose a recent storyline reintroduces a DNA test, maybe because of a medical emergency or some legal dispute over inheritance. The results come back, and it's confirmed, Bill Spencer's DNA matches Will's. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief, or so they think. But here's where things could take a mind-bending turn. The science soap twist. How the DNA can match but Bill's not the father. DNA doesn't lie, unless, of course, there's a soap-worthy scientific explanation. There are actually real-life genetic phenomena that could make this scenario possible, and they're juicy enough to fit perfectly in a bold and beautiful plotline. 1. The chimera theory. Imagine this. Bill Spencer might unknowingly be a genetic chimera. That means he could carry two sets of DNA, one in his blood, another in his reproductive cells. It's rare, but it happens when two embryos merge early in development, creating one person with two distinct DNA profiles. So, when Will's DNA is tested, it matches Bill's blood DNA. But in reality, the DNA that created Will came from Bill's second genetic set. That means technically, Will could be the biological child of a different DNA line within Bill's own body. The test matches, but the truth is far more complicated, and infinitely more dramatic. This kind of twist would blow the roof off the Spencer family drama. Katie would be stunned, Bill would spiral, and every character with a microscope or a moral opinion would have something to say. 2. The lab mix-up, with a twist. Of course, there's always the classic soap opera lab tampering. Maybe someone switched samples, but not in the usual, evil twin, way. What if the DNA used for Bill's test actually came from another Spencer, say, Wyatt or Liam? This could mean that while the DNA test shows a Spencer match, it's not Bill's. Imagine the chaos if it turns out Will is actually Liam's biological son, conceived during one of those messy periods where relationships blurred between the Logans and Spencers. That would make Will both Liam's brother and his son, exactly the kind of tangled drama B&B loves. Who would be behind it all? If this twist plays out, someone has to be pulling the strings. Let's explore a few prime suspects. Quinn Fuller. Never one to resist chaos, Quinn could easily have engineered a DNA switch to manipulate Bill or Katie for her own ends, perhaps to protect Wyatt's future or punish Bill for past betrayals. Sheila Carter. If Sheila's in town, chaos follows. She could have faked or tampered with the test simply to stir up destruction in the Forrester-Spencer-Logan triangle. Justin Barber. Bill's right-hand man knows all his secrets. Maybe Justin sees an opportunity to blackmail Bill or gain power by twisting the results. Each suspect would bring a unique brand of deception and motive to the table. Emotional fallout. Katie, Bill, and Will. At the heart of this storyline lies the emotional impact. Katie's world would crumble once again. She's fought so hard to protect Will from Bill's darker impulses, but what happens when she learns the man she trusted as Will's father might not be? Bill, meanwhile, would be torn apart. His entire identity as a father, his pride, and his love for Will would be shaken. It could even lead to a redemption arc, or a revenge arc, depending on how he handles the truth. And poor Will, growing up amidst this turmoil, he'd have to face the question of who he really is. For a young man in a family like the Spencers, that question could define his entire future. The bigger picture. Setting up the next generation. This twist wouldn't just be shocking, it would open the door for a new generation of drama. Will's storyline could mirror some of the greatest B&B plots of the past, blending identity crises, power struggles, and forbidden love. The show could even fast forward a few years to focus on an older Will dealing with his tangled legacy. Final thoughts. Bold, beautiful, and brilliantly twisted. A DNA match that hides a deeper secret. That's the kind of writing that keeps the bold and the beautiful fresh after decades on air. Whether it's a case of genetic mystery, lab deceit, or family betrayal, one thing's for sure, this twist would redefine everything we thought we knew about Bill, Katie, and Will. In the world of B&B, the truth is never simple, and that's exactly why fans can't stop watching.